It is a big week for the crypto industry as Congress could pass a series of bills that would be the first to regulate this booming business. Cryptocurrencies are a form of payment and an asset class which are created, used, and stored electronically. They do not rely on any bank or government for their value. Our Lisa Desjardins explains.
Two key bills are up for votes. The Genius Act regulates stablecoins, what some see as the least risky digital assets because they're backed by real-world assets like dollars. That would mean mainstream banks could increasingly use stablecoins. The other bill, the Clarity Act, regulates digital currency and assets overall, splitting oversight between the Securities and Exchange Commission and the Commodities Futures Trading Commission. To help us understand what this legislation would do and its impact, we're joined now by two guests. Patrick McHenry is the former chair of the House Committee on Financial Services and is now an advisor to financial companies, including some investing in crypto. And Hillary Allen is a professor of law at American University and author of FinTech Dystopia. Thanks to you both. Chairman McHenry, I want to start with you. Basically, everyone wants regulation of this industry. You helped write the Clarity Act when you were in Congress, an initial version of it, to spark innovation. But this is a very fast-moving industry, trillions of dollars at stake. And it's confusing to a lot of Americans, as well as increasingly tied to our economy. My question to you is, how does this bill make sure that the industry stays in check?
Well, first, it defines what is a digital asset. Right now, you have the innovators or fraudulent actors defining what they call a digital asset or a cryptocurrency. We need clarity under federal law. The Europeans have it. The Japanese have it. Most countries around the world have already defined this thing that's been around for 15 years. And the United States is a follower here, not a leader in regulating digital assets. So we need clarity of what it is. We need a means of exchange, just like we have with securities, just like we have with commodities. And we need a rules-based regime of how these things will be regulated. That's what the Clarity Act does, and it is a great first step in us regulating this innovation.
Hillary, you're not a fan of digital currency and assets as they stand right now, and you actually see this legislation as dangerous. Why?
Well, to say this was unregulated beforehand, I think it mischaracterizes the issue. Most crypto assets fit within the traditional securities law framework, and most stablecoins fit within the traditional banking law framework. There's been a choice not to enforce those laws and instead put in place these lighter touch regimes that legitimize the crypto assets by giving them a patina of regulation, but actually leave the American public worse off than they were before under the existing regulatory regimes.
You heard that, Mr. Chairman. Is this a patina of regulation that actually sort of just leaves a lot of loopholes?